Hi, my name is Paul and this is PJT Ventures. Join me while I ramble on like an empty dump truck. Today's ramble, we are going to start working on a TD9. Now, I guess I can't call it a barn find if it's my barn, and I guess I can't ask if it'll start if I know it'll start. So, kind of shooting myself in the foot here with the old clickbait taglines. But it is something that I haven't done any content with, really. And the reason is it's got a cracked head. And we cracked the head quite a few years ago. We were pushing some manure, and this got clogged with straw, and I had a young fella helping me, and I was in the skid steer and he was in on this, and we just didn't pay attention, and we overheated it, and it then it cracked it. So it was puffing steam out of this, and so we backed it in here, and now it's sat here for many years. So I think we're going to just start poking around a little bit, see what we can find. I don't know if I'm going to do it here or if I'll take it up to another little workshop, but I thought first we would drop the oil out of it. It's got or not drop the oil, but at least see how close it is. So here, this says, so I mean, if this is where it's supposed to be and the oil's up to here, we're just going to crack the bottom drain plug of the oil pan and see if there is coolant in there, and that'll kind of be our first step here. Okay, we'll try. I might have to get some of this dirt out of the way. Oh, better use the box end. The internet is watching. Oh, okay, now let's get all this out of the way. Clean pail. Okay, now I don't know if there's coolant. My guess is there probably is, but hard to say. Oh, why are you so stiff? Maybe there's rust on top of the threads. That could very well be the reason why the oil plug went from loose to stiff within a matter of half a turn. Not a good sign. Let's just see. You know, there's not a single drop of water, so that's a good sign. But that plug is stiff. So I wonder, well, I think for now we'll just put this back together. So I to be honest, was expecting to see coolant. Now I don't know to what extent the head is cracked or how it works. I mean, in this engine's the same as the WD9, and if they weren't cooled down properly, or if they weren't warmed up properly, or if they were run out of coolant or overworked, there was just a number of reasons for them to crack the head, and it's never the head gasket. I guess just the way the design is, it's not the head gasket. So, but I don't know the exact design, if a cracked head leads to coolant in the engine, or if because it showed it right away, if that is, or maybe just the way or where the crack was, it wouldn't let the coolant into the cylinder. So not quite sure, but we'll see if we can get it to fire up, and I'll add some coolant to it as we go. So I have the decompression lever on so that there's no compression right now, and it would normally be trying to start on gas. There's no gas in it, and so I just rolled it over till we established oil pressure. I'm not going to try to start it on gas because the gas system hasn't worked for a long time, and it needs to be gone through. So we're going to skip that stage and go right to starting it off diesel. Now, I have a 12-volt battery. Normally I think it's run by two 6-volt batteries to make 12 volts. So I just have a couple of big truck batteries here, and we'll see if we can get it to fire up on diesel. Usually it starts on diesel. So we've established oil pressure. Now I think I'll get it rolling over, get a bit of ether into it, and see if we can get it to fire. Okay, I think we'll start with these filters right here. There's a little bleeder up top there. See if that does anything. There's some diesel. Okay. So the first one's got fuel. I should have had the cloth on there. Okay, let's try the second. Okay, so that's a good sign. Now, let's crack this big guy right here. I don't know if I have a wrench that big. I don't think this guy will go that big. Nope. Okay. This one. Perfect. Let's get that rag there first. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there's starting to bleed out of there. Doesn't seem to be a lot of air out of there. Okay. Now, let's try it again. We seem to have a lot of air come out of that first one. Oh, yes. Silly me. We need to introduce throttle. There. Let's try that. lights still work. Yeah, so when it's idling here, it has enough, I guess, compression, or has enough pressure to keep the crack sealed, and the engine's piston, I guess, wouldn't have enough compression to push back into the coolant system. But as soon as you rev it up, then it really pushes back into the coolant system. So you can see it kind of bubbling a little bit when it's idling, but as soon as you put any throttle to it, then the piston going up and down fast enough, making more compression, and then you get it leaking into the coolant system. So I guess just the configuration, or maybe it was so low by the time we parked it, or I don't remember, but that's maybe just the way the head is. It wouldn't have drained into the engine oil, but you can see that it pushes exhaust into the coolant system.
So we're just starting to get it warm now. So I'm sure as it warms up, I'm sure the crack will get bigger or more pronounced.
Anyways, I think we'll move it up to a different shop and maybe get started on it, pulling its head apart.
Even the backlight works. How fantastic.
Well, we got the old TD9 into the old workshop. Now we'll see if we can take care of that headache. Anyways, thanks again for joining me, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now.